everybody, this is Vince Miller. Thank you so much for joining me for the devotional. Today we're in Acts chapter 8. I'm going to be reading verse 24. And Simon, who is the magician, answered to Peter and said, "Pray for me to the Lord that nothing of what you have said may come upon me." So what's happening in context here is Simon, who was kind of the David Blaine, the magic man of his time, has believed in Jesus and been baptized. But days later, he watches as the apostles impart the Holy Spirit by laying on their hands, and he's fascinated by this. He, of course, immediately mystified by this moment and by the apostles' power, asks if he can actually purchase it. But Peter gives him this strong verbal reprimand, clarifying that God's power cannot be bought. And after being called out, Simon doesn't respond as we might expect. In fact, he doesn't push back and he doesn't even explain himself. He just accepts the challenge and asks Peter, the man who actually corrected him, to pray for him. Now, I think that's a pretty surprising and mature response, don't you? You know, I think these types of, I call them carefrontations, are missing from Christian relationships today. And there are a lot of reasons why we don't see this anymore. Here are some of my own opinions and thoughts on this. First, I really believe men isolate themselves from male relationships in general. 2, men have few, if any, spiritual friends. 3, I believe men have become more adverse to being challenged, which is just kind of my nice way to say we've become a little wimpy. 4th, men lack mature spiritual role models in their life that can actually speak into them. 5th, men have no idea how to be challenged and respond appropriately. Now, these are just some of my thoughts. I'm sure you have some of your own on this topic. You can feel free to share those in the comments below. But in this story, we don't get to see what happened to Simon after this event. But I do believe that there's a great lesson in this moment for all of us who are followers of God. What you see here are 2 believing men of different spiritual levels and maturities. They were within close relational proximity to one another enough that they could actually experience each other. And then one man challenged the intent of the other based on his behavior. I don't know if you caught that. It was about the intent. One man helped the other because he was close enough to know his intent. So here's my challenge for you today, and it's very specific, so follow along. Put yourself in spiritual proximity to another brother, and then let him in on a trial that you are facing. And after you lay this trial out there, go one step further and expose the motives you feel behind it and the actions you think you should take. And then ask the hard question to that brother about your trial and your motives and your intended actions. It's very simple. Am I wrong for feeling, thinking, and acting this way? Very simple question. Am I wrong for feeling, thinking, and acting this way? And then invite him to give you whatever feedback he wants while keeping your cake hole shut. And when he's done, don't become defensive. Just ask that brother to pray for the intent of your heart. I dare you to do this today. If you're up for the challenge, just leave these words below. All in. That's it. Just all in. Well, I hope you're up for it today. If you enjoyed this devotional, share it with someone you know. Do me a favor right now. Hit that subscribe button. I'll see you right back here again tomorrow.